Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Nabeen and today we're going to be discussing about conditional statements in Python. So in Python, what are conditional statements? They're nothing but they're the statements that checks condition before executing some block of code inside them. So they only execute if the condition is true. So we'll take an example. I'll just show you how it works. So here we have taken is raining variable which is set to false. Now I just as I told it executes only if the condition is true. So if is raining which is false right now, do you think this will be printed? No, because this is false. So if this is false, it will skip all the code that is inside this block. So if I execute this, you can see nothing is printed. Now if I make this true, now you can see the the taken umbrella is printed here. Okay. Now here there are mainly if statements in our conditional statements. Today we're going to be discussing about different types of if statement. So the first one is basic if that we just discussed here. Okay. So the basic if will check a condition. If it's true, it will print whatever is inside that block. If it's not, it'll just simply skip and move with the rest of the execution of the code. Okay, so here we can see age is 20. We have given a condition is if the age is greater than or equal to 18, you are an adult. Okay, so 20 is greater than 18, which is true. So if we execute this part, so you can see this you are an adult is printing, and after printing age is also printing. Okay, so this will be printed because this is true, and the execution normally comes to this line and this will be executed. Now if I make this 15, okay, so 15 is greater than 18. No, that will give us false. So if false means what, it will skip this, it will not execute this, and rest of the execution will go as it is. So if we print this, you can see only after printing age is printed, and there is no you are an adult, this is not printed here. Okay, hope you understand the basic if. Now, suppose if the condition is false, right now it's doing nothing. But if you want that, if the condition is false, there should be something that is printed. So, or that is executed. So, there is something called if else. So, what if else does is, if the condition is true, the if block will be executed. If the condition is false, the else block will be executed. So, right now, age is 20 and it should be greater than 18. So, condition is true, the if block should be executed here. If you see, you are an adult, which is a if block is printed right here. So if I give this 15, okay, or 5, so let's take 5. So if we execute this, we should see that our else block is should be executed. You can see you're not an adult is printed here. Hope you get this part. So here's an example of if else. In real life example, you can see even or odd. So number is 3, which is odd, and we are checking using this modulo operator, which gives a reminder. So 3 divided by 2, reminder is 1, so which is not equal. So else should be printed, which will give us number is odd. So you can see 3 is odd. Similarly, if we give 10, so this should be even, so 10 is even is printed. So this is a simple example. Now suppose you want to check again inside else also, you want to check some if conditions. So there we have if else chain or if else chain. So what happens here is, if our this condition is true, this will be printed. Else again it will check if marks is greater than 40 75, means it will check some condition. Okay, this can also be written as else, and inside that, suppose again we are checking if marks is greater than 75, then only print. So instead of doing that in Python, what we can do is directly write elif. So elif marks are greater than 75, we're gonna print grade is B. So similarly, what happens here is the chain how it goes. The first if block, it checks the condition. If it's true, this will be executed inside, whatever inside this if block will be executed. If this is false, it will come here. Again it will check the condition. If this is true, again whatever is there inside this will only get executed, rest everything will be skipped. Okay, rest everything this will be skipped. Again this is also false, means it will come here. Again, this is also false when at last else will not check anything. It will directly print whatever is there inside this block. So we'll see. Let's take 100 as an example first. Okay. So if we take 100 here, and so this should, the first statement only is directly true, right? 100 is greater than 90. So if we execute this, we should get grade A as printed, and you can see rest nothing is printed here. Nothing is printed here, right? Nothing is executed because this was true. Now if I give this as 80, okay, you can see 80 is greater than 90. No, so this is false. Now let's come here. Now let's check again. Is 80 greater than 75? Yes. So this part will be executed because it is inside this. So this is true, means this will be executed. So grade B is executed. Similarly, so let's check for 60. So 60 greater than 90? No. Come here. 60 greater than 75? No. Come here. 60 greater than 50? Yes. So this grade C should be executed. So grade C is executed here. Now let's check for false. So you can see 40. So here we are not performing any checks, conditional checks, right? So because everything will be false, directly this will be executed, because 40 is not even greater than 90, not even for 75, and not even for 50. So if we print this, you can see it will directly come to else part and execute. That means else will get executed only if all the conditions, previous conditions are false. Okay. Now, so this is one more example where we have used else if. You can pause the video and uh, check this and uh, try on your own. Lastly, we have logical operators. Here, let's say you want to check more than one condition and you want to see if either this is true or that is true, or if both are true, then we use the logical operators. Okay, so the first one is AND operator. Here, we are giving age and country. Suppose you want to you want to print that you are eligible to vote in India only if your age is 20, greater than 18, and only if you are a Indian resident. Okay, so we are making age and country. Now, if age is 18 and country is equals to India, then only you are eligible to vote. Now, you can see both are true here. So only if both are true, this will be printed. So if I run this, you can see you are eligible to vote in India is printed here. But if I make this as 15, so you can see this will be false because age is not greater than 18, but India is true, no problem. But and what it will do is it will first check this. If first itself is false, then it will not even check the second condition. It will directly uh, skip this part because this everything will become false because of and. Okay, so if age is greater than equals to 18, which is false here, so basically this will be skipped. So if I execute this, you can see nothing got printed. Now if I make this 20, again this will be executed. Again if I make this India as Indi is not equals to India. Okay, so if I run this, see, any one of them is false, nothing will be printed. That's how AND works. Okay, so let's take an example of OR. So how OR works is either this should be true or that should be true. Any one of them is true means it will be executed. So if I give role equals to moderator, and I'm checking if role is moderator or if role is admin, we do have special access. So right now role is moderator. Yes, this becomes true. So it will not even check this one. Directly it will check this one, and if this is true, yeah, it is true, so it will execute this, which is printing this. Now if I make this as admin, so you can see role I have given admin, so role either moderator, no. Now it will go here, it will check role admin, yes, so again it will be printed. Now why I'm emphasizing on this or is, let's say I'm giving is moderator, and here I give role equals to uh, something. Okay, or I'm not even giving anything. So here what do you think will happen? Because role equals to admin, but here role equals to moderator, is it true? No, this is false. So if this is false, you will think that okay, this is false, then how can this be printed? But if we execute, you can see this is getting printed because or will check both. This is false, but giving a space also as a string, as a condition in if, this makes the whole statement true. So keep this in mind while using the or operator in conditional checks of if statements. So this will also make it true. Even though this is false, this is true. That's why this can be printed. Okay. Lastly, we have not. Not will basically make reverse of whatever is given. So here I have given is band equals to true. Now you can see true, not of true will become false. So not of true will become false. So if false, what happens? This will not be executed. Simple basic if. So if we print, nothing is printed here. Now if we give it false, so sorry, we give it false. So false, not of false becomes true. So if true, what happens? If true, what happens? This will be, the block will be executed, and we are executing here. So this is a small combined example of combining all the topics that we learned today. You can check and execute this on your own, or even type this on your own. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you have any concerns, put on the comments, subscribe. Thank you.